You guys, it's Tommy here from Saleslucky, and today we're going to talk about a topic. I'm actually going to share with you a story of something that happened. I was talking to one of my colleagues at work, and we were talking about progressing in life and becoming who we're meant to be, and being productive and being all that we can being successful. And he was sharing with me how he was struggling at times because he wanted to do these things and he had these ambitions and wanted to take his life to a next level, but he felt guilty sometimes for not hanging out with his friends, or his friends would ask him to hang out. He would feel guilty, or he felt like they weren't as supportive. They might like look at him weird, or like, hey man, like why do you want to do that? Why do you want to work on that project on a Saturday? Like, come on, let's hang out with us. And he was sharing with me how he was struggling with this. And I'm gonna share with him, I'm gonna share with you guys what I shared with him. And I personally went through this for a number of years. For a good number of years, I questioned myself around that. And I was wondering, am I being a bad friend? Am I being a bad person for wanting these things and wanting to do my own thing and go in my own direction and like just moving forward in my own life and where I'm meant to go? Until I learned this concept. It's this concept of anchors and propellers, okay? And before I say that, I want to say this. Sometimes you got to make cuts on the team, okay? Sometimes you got to make cuts on the team. Sometimes elevation requires separation, okay? Sometimes elevation requires separation. Sometimes you got to make cuts on the team. So the concept of anchors and propellers, what I told him was, hey, look, man, like, the way that you grow up, you hang out with your high school friends, you go to college, you do what you do in college, hang out with your college buddies. And what you do in college is you hang out with your friends, you go partying or whatever. And those buddies are used to doing a certain thing with you. That's what I did in college. All I did with my friends, honestly, was play beer pong and drink. And there was a time in my life when that no longer appealed to me. I went through a personal experience where I crashed my car right before I turned 21, and got a DUI right before my 21st birthday, which changed my life. And as you can imagine, that kind of shifted my entire life, and I started moving away from those friends and doing those types of activities. And once I learned the concept of anchors and propellers, this changed everything for me. Because when you used to hang out with those friends, you're used to doing certain activities with those people. Let's call those friends Jimmy, Johnny, and Bob from the block. Okay, when you're out with Jimmy, Johnny, and Bob, and you're used to doing certain things, whether it's having beers or whatever it might be. When you want to embark on something new, when you want to move in a new direction, when you want better for yourself, Johnny, and Bob might not consciously or even intentionally know that they're doing this, but they feel a little threatened when you want to go off and do your own thing, because subconsciously, you doing something new forces them to look themselves in the mirror and question if they're doing the right things. Hey, if Tommy is going out and he's wanting to be successful and build his own project, well, what does that mean for us? We're still here doing the same things we used to do. So, and this is not them intending to have any bad intentions. This is just human nature. Let's be real, okay? So, this is what I experienced. And I experienced this with past friends that I used to hang out with. I experienced this with family, and not everyone is going to understand, especially if you're trying to do something new that they haven't done before. So even though it might not be conscious, they might question you, or they might show some sort of disapproval, or they might just not get it, and that's okay. And it's normal to go through this process. But when you want to do something new, this is what I told my colleague, is that you have to understand the concept of anchors and propellers. When you want to move forward and Jimmy, Johnny, and Bob from the block are questioning what you're doing, those people are anchors in your life, okay? That doesn't mean you shouldn't ever hang out with them. I just mean if they're bringing negativity into your life, and whether they're consciously or unconsciously questioning you or holding you back, certainly not helping you, those people are anchors. And once you kind of let go of those people in your life, you might go through this period where you feel lonely, where you feel like nobody gets you, where you're the only one in your circle of influence that wants what you want because it's uncommon, or maybe you're ambitious and you want something more than just a quote unquote normal life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I told my colleague was that, hey, you know what? You're gonna go through this period where you might feel lonely, where you don't feel like the people around you get you, and you're gonna go through this process of growth, developing yourself, building the things that you want to build. But guess what? In time, once you develop yourself enough, once you start pursuing the things that you want to pursue, once you start doing the things you want to do and embark on that journey, and as you evolve as a person, you're going to start attracting new people in your life. And these new people are not like Jimmy, Johnny, and Bob from the block. These new people are like the person you are now becoming. Because you're evolving, we attract who we are into our lives. So as you evolve and as you grow and as you become who you're meant to be, as you work on the projects that your heart calls out for, you're going to become this new person. You're going to develop new habits. You're going to learn new skills. You're going to learn new things. And you're going to become this new evolved version of you. And because of that, you're going to start to attract new people just like you into your life. And guess what? These people aren't going to question you for what you're doing. These people are going to push you forward. We call these people propellers. Anchors and propellers. When you start venturing off in a new direction, your old friends are not going to get it. They might question you. They might ask you, like, why is he doing this? That's like, dude, that's crazy. That's weird. And I just want you to know that it's a normal part of the process. It's a natural part of the process. And as you let those people go, and as you evolve and you grow and you change and you become who you're meant to be, you're going to attract new people into your life. And these new people, they're propellers. They're going to help you move forward. They're going to push you forward. They're going to provide you value. They're going to connect you with other friends who are going to help propel you forward in your journey. They're going to help you level up as you're going to help them level up. And you're going to help each other. And that's what I mean by this process of dropping your anchors and getting you some propellers. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope you guys get value out of this video. And remember, if you're going through this process, understand that it's normal, it's okay, and that the period of time where you feel like you don't have people around you that get you, that's going to change. You're going to attract new people in your life. And trust me when I say this, these new people in your life, it's going to be a hell of a lot better for where you're going. Anchors and propellers. Get you some propellers, guys. Cheers.